squeaky. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
I was going to say the grease gets the squeaky wheel.
Usually does. Somebody finds somebody.
That's correct.
The grease is a seeker.
You know many things, Joel. Mr. Joel Nott.
I've been around several blocks, small blocks, but
in a 25-mile radius, you would say.
Sure. Possibly more, you know, if you really want to, depends how far back you're going, a couple 100-mile radius.
Fair enough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Joel Nott here, owner of Bloom MMA. This is this nice, fine establishment we have. You go by the nickname the Godfather, the stealer of souls and destroyer of ankles. Could you please explain or elaborate on that for us?
Well, I can't really explain the Godfather thing. It just somebody just came up with it and just started calling me that, or whatever. And the ankle thing is probably from just a tournament that I had, probably one of the last ones I did years ago, where it was going like it goes in the grappling competition, and a guy got his ankle a little messed up and wound up going out on a stretcher. It wasn't the intent, of course, but that's what happened. And so somebody watching it, perhaps, or somebody watching the film, made that designation, I guess.
That's fair. I think I recall seeing film on this where you were alone with one other Bloomsburg person, yet this was the pride of New Jersey.
It wasn't spectacular what I did. It was just the way he came into everything, and what we had saw with the person in the back. He was doing little mini seminars with everybody. Everybody's gathering around, hanging on every word, and then that happens. Whether he needed a stretcher or not, I don't know, but it helped. Sometimes it helps sell what you're selling.
That's correct. Well, you're humble in your expertise and victory.
Yeah. I have no toes left to be stepped on, we'll say.
That's a good way to put it. So you do UFC, is what it is. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. What exactly is MMA?
Well, it's a combination of, it could be a number of things, but it's really going to cover the ranges of striking, the different ranges of striking, the different ways of grappling, and manipulating the body in ways that it doesn't want to go. So mixed martial arts it can be and it should be really a personal thing where you learn techniques, and they're like tools. Nobody can tell a carpenter how to do his job, except for that carpenter. I mean, you can make suggestions, but ultimately he's going to do it how he wants to do it, whether he cuts the wood first or bangs it together or whatever. So I see it as giving people tools to then guiding them to form their own way of doing things. And your personality can come out in that. So if you're an aggressive person, you might be an aggressive fighter. If you're a passive person, you might be counter fighting and things like that. So it's really the accumulation of the skills that you've gained and how you choose to put them together. So for instance, a wrestler, may not want to stand up and strike with somebody, so he uses the punches to get the takedown to establish position to then win by whatever means he's winning by in that situation, versus say a jiu-jitsu guy maybe do the same thing where he tries to take him down, but he's not really worried about getting a takedown. He's okay with any spot on the ground where he has an opportunity to submit them. And then if we go to the other side of it where there's boxing and kickboxing, they're going to use their hands to try and dissuade a takedown, and hopefully they would have good defensive wrestling so that they don't get taken down. So you can take any skill set in combat sports and make it work in MMA, and to try and lay out one way of doing it is really that's a little foolish when you can let somebody grow and become their own person and use the tools in their fashion. And that's where you get a lot of diversity and unique ways of doing it, and it also facilitates exploration and self-learning.
Interesting. So
that's a little bit more than what you asked, but whatever.
Right. Mixed martial arts is the entire toolbox, whereas Sang Tu Do is the wrench.
Sure, yeah, or any wrench, hammer. They're all different tools, and the toolbox would be like MMA. Tool shed, if you will. The tool shed, you have all these tools in there. You pick and choose which ones you want to use. Maybe you're not good with a hammer, but you're good with a wrench. So you use the wrench to negate the hammer.
Fair enough. I like that answer, and that helps me understand because I know jack squat. How long have you been at this? How many years?
So what would that be, 29 years. Martial arts. Did a lot of traditional stuff first for about, say, 6 years or so, and then got pretty boring after a while. And I was still doing it and training in it, but I was also doing branching out, doing jiu-jitsu or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, sambo, some other things to accent it, and also boxing and some kickboxing. And then ultimately I wanted to fight at some point. The unfortunate piece is that didn't start for me until about after 30. So it's a tough time to get going, but it is what it is. So the mixed martial arts I've been doing, well, so you take the 6 years off, you can say I started into it maybe 2000, 99, 2000, in that area. So mixed martial arts since then, martial arts in general, 94,
okay.
we'll say.
So you would say that you are a very seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
Spicy. Spicy is about what we're
Right.
here for.
Right.
But you're just saying
I'm not that
general
spicy.
season.
Just general season, like season all.
Well, that'll curtail into this. If you didn't know, what we do is we taste test these hot sauces on our little chickens as we continue our nice little interview here in peace.
Okay.
And hopefully we weather the storm, much like it is outside.
Right. We'll weather away.
Before we dive into our first sauce, and when we do so, we're going to start from mild to super spicy, depending on your taste preference. Tell us a little bit about your business here at Bloom MMA and what you offer, so that if people might be interested, what all could they participate in here?
So we have boxing, kickboxing, submission wrestling / jiu-jitsu. It's all no gi. We also do self-defense seminars. I do a number of private lessons with people who want something specific. So if it falls out of, that's what I run here, teach here. But aside from that, I have a lot of experience with self-defense, seminars, personal training, training business bouncers, cops, the whole shebang bang. I just don't offer it on an ongoing basis because it's just it's not something that's going to be dynamic and fun for me necessarily. So I'd rather do it as a seminar type thing or a mini courses where there's a start and an end, because generally people doing self-defense aren't looking for necessarily a ongoing skill build over time. They want something that's going to work for them, be practical and right in their face and right there. So the seminars work better for that, and you can always offer follow-up classes or whatever if they feel they want to. I also have a lot of experience in weapons, traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, and a number of other martial arts, and just I have a lot of information, Wing Chun, karate. I've done quite a few things. So if somebody wants to do something outside of the realm of what's on the class schedule, we can probably accommodate. And if somebody comes to me and says, well, I want to do this, this, and this, and so that's not what we do, I'll find a spot, I'll find somewhere to go. I'll refer them to somebody, I'll look stuff up for them. I don't care.
You will lead them to the promised land is what you're saying.
Sure, whatever their promised land is.
I also do recall when driving past here, I did see some little youngins running out of here with looked like some wrestling boots on. Do you also run some wrestling as well?
Yeah, so 2 times during the year, roughly, they run youth camps for like what they call pre-season, off-season wrestling program, and it's run by Rick Donald and Patrick Paulo, both very accomplished wrestlers, and both have done martial arts and competed in the whole outside of wrestling and of course with wrestling. They're very good with kids, they're very good at what they do, or I wouldn't have them doing it here. And they do a really good job, and they're very dedicated to it, and I don't have the date when the next one's going to start, but it will be this month again. So sometime this month, if you keep an eye out on the Instagram, Facebook, they'll be posting some stuff for it. And then the other thing I forgot to mention, Billy will kill me, but
we can cut the fluff.
Yeah, we'll just nix that, Billy. But we have 2 high-intensity training classes on the weekends at 9 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, run by Billy Magliani. He does a good job. He does a lot of preparation for them. He'll come in and he'll sit in the back for like an hour, just sitting on the bench coming up with ideas, things to do, and he puts them together pretty well. He does a good job with it. He's energetic, and he'll get you moving, and he won't overdo it, meaning that he does it in such a way that whatever your skill level is, or whatever your athleticism is, whatever that level is, you'll be able to accomplish it. So it's not like something, well, you're going to be able to do 50 of this with 500 pounds. And I think sometimes that's what people see in their mind when they see high intensity interval training. Like, oh my God, I'll never be able to do it. You can get something out of it.
Right, he's going to modify it to your ability.
Right, but the workout is set, so it's a built-in modifier, so that you don't have to feel like you got to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak.
So what would you say your favorite thing about teaching and coaching is in this environment?
That people get something out of it, and you can see that how it changes their life a little bit. And really, when you see somebody finally get it and then perform it, it's kind of like, oh, that's nice. You know, it's a good thing. You can almost see it in their face from when you say certain things to people. It'll change their whole demeanor. From this to this, though.
A little more confidence.
Confident and beyond the confidence, they feel good about themselves where maybe they didn't. So yeah, it's confidence, but there's also a feeling of I actually did something, and they may not be the most confident, but they know, hey, I've achieved something, I've actually done it. And some of these people, you know, over the years, some of these people have come from some rough spots, and not necessarily always rough in the base in the sense you may think, but rough that they don't get any support, nobody pays any attention to them, nobody does this, nobody does that. And so they're not getting the support as a whole. And then in here, you know, I have a thing, any fights or anything, I tell people before, I said, you know, whatever happens, I'm not leaving. So, and I say that because I've seen a lot of things that aren't good, where if the spotlight isn't shining bright enough, I'm not going to step in there to help you or whatever. Or if that spotlight gets turned off, I'm gone. So if somebody gets hurt in a fight, maybe people leave. Oh yeah, whatever, tough. No, I'm there till the hospital, till we're done, till everybody's safe, or at least I'm convinced they're safe, and then off we go. So, because you're going in there, it's a daunting daunting.
Maybe this is how you've earned that Godfather nickname, possibly?
I don't know.
You're not the father, but you're the Godfather.
I guess nobody called me and asked me, but
it's possible.
I'll start.
Out there, it's possible in the realms of things that might be how you earned that nickname.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, other than becoming a certified ninja, what other benefits from training that you can get from here? You've already explained the self-worth, the improved confidence, the self-defense. Is there anything else that we didn't quite touch on that you might gain from this type of training?
Well, the training is one thing, and the environment that I try to foster is another thing. So the training is the moves and whatever, but the environment that, you know, for a long time, I didn't want anybody to even know that I ran the place. So my goal would be to have them come in and I still kind of do this, but I kind of have to address people when they come in. But have them come in, and they wouldn't, if they couldn't pick the person running the class, then we're good, because I don't need hierarchy, I don't need rank, I don't have any pictures up of all my ranks and my certificates and things I've accomplished. I don't need it. So I try and foster a balanced environment where everybody is equal to everybody and there's no hierarchy or anything. I don't stop people from saying things. I don't, if somebody says, well, that, you know, I have a different way of doing it, great, then that's what you should do if that feels good to you. So we can't see it on camera, but to my left, there's some kanji, Japanese writing on the wall that was done by a local tattoo person, Ken Kyle, deceased, real good guy. But he came up and he did this thing on our wall in the front of an old place, and I took it off and put it up on our wall here. And it says, loosely translated, be true to yourself. So when people come in, I want them to be themselves. And I tell them that. I say, I don't want you to think that I got to be a certain way, I have to act a certain way or be stiff. No, be who you are. And that facilitates a better learning environment and a comfortable one. And not everybody competes, but everybody is still here for everybody, and they want everybody to win, and everybody knows everybody. And then the other thing is, when I'm in class, I'm a big goof. I'll toss myself under the bus 3 times in a row. I don't care if me taking. Like giving myself some self-humiliation or whatever gets the point across to them, and they remember because of something stupid that I did, then it's worth it. If they remember to move because I called it something ridiculous, right?
You're a man of the people, Joe.
Man
of the people.
The people are of the man.
That is correct. It's time we crack open some sauce.
Might as well get
taste test our first wing before we discuss the myths, misconceptions, and the truths of this mixed martial arts conundrum.
All right.
Why don't you crack open that bag of chickies right there?
We gonna get saucy?
We're gonna get saucy, and hopefully we're not gonna get this delightful box dirty. The first one we're gonna do is the classic hot sauce. This is from Hot Ones, actually, the first week feast. It's the garlic Fresno.
Should I get napkins?
I say no. I say we just roll and hope we don't make a miss.
Works for me.
You okay with that? Mm-hmm. All right. Sir, go ahead and remove a wing for yourself.
It's not really a wing.
Well, it's a little nubbin.
It's a
nubbin of chicken.
It's probably just
enough for this.
the tip of the wing. Just the tip of the wing.
Just give yourself a little dab of sauce on top there.
Boop, boop, boop. I don't know how much is too much, so we're gonna find out.
Oh shit.
Careful in the bathroom.
That's why we needed napkins. Don't mess my pants. That ain't the first and it won't be the last.
Yep.
Usually it's a different area in the backside.
Yeah, it happens. We don't need to elaborate.
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Myths, misconceptions, and truths. By the way, sauce rate from 1 to 5, 5 being tasty, 1 being not.
So we're not gauging the heat, but the tasty.
Well, you can do both.
So it actually tasted pretty good. Didn't seem hot, but I didn't put a lot on it because I wasn't sure. But there's not really much touch of a heat to it.
It was a nice little warm-up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's flavorful.
The first myth. Is it a myth? Is it a truth or a misconception? MMA, there are no rules.
Myth, misconception.
There are in fact rules.
And there has been rules since the first one. Okay. Just very limited in the first ones. The first ones, the only things you couldn't do was eye gouge and that might have been it. Fish hook. You couldn't fish hook and you couldn't eye gouge.
That is my go-to move.
I know. That's why it took me so long to get them.
I don't participate in this.
Like I
can't do my move.
I can't fish hook. You can't eye gouge. What am I doing here?
Street fighting, you watch out. Fish hook.
Yep.
You've got a rough one.
Yeah.
Separate your gums from your teeth.
Nobody needs that.
No. All right. Number 2. They fight to the death like human cockfighting.
Yeah. No.
No. I threw that one in there because I wanted to say human cockfighting.
Yeah.
Cockfighting.
There's something about saying human cock that's it does it for some people.
It's aggressive.
It is. It's aggressive. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to be that thing.
It shows elements of power.
Yeah.
Striking.
Confidence in what you are.
That's right. We'll do one more and then we'll go to a next chickie.
All right.
MMA practitioners are violent outside of the gym as well as inside the gym.
No.
Myth.
Myth. Yeah. So I'll say it this way: the higher level of people that I've worked with or went to see, the more humble they were. Generally, people who fought are pretty chill. It's like they had gotten all that snot out of their system when they go in there and fight. So yeah, they're myth. Yeah. Myth.
All right, our next sauce, Mr. Nott, aka the Godfather. You will be testing the pineapple habanero.
Interesting.
She's already leaking out. This is from Heartbeat Hot Sauce.
Okay.
There you go, sir. Go ahead and now that we have safely used the paper towels to our discretion.
This is open?
Yep. Oh yeah. Earl liked that one.
Earl likes it?
Earl had this one before. He likes that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, it's a little, there's of course more heat than that last one.
Well, still on the mild side.
Mm-hmm. But good flavor.
All right. Fight venues. Again, myth, misconception, or truth. when attending, you must wear your nicest Tap Out shirt. Tap Out being a brand.
Well, depends on what audience you're surveying. Yeah, I will say this, that the more mainstream the attire is, that's not really a good way of saying it.
This isn't a dig at Tap Out. I mean,
No.
They have nice stuff. It
Sure.
just seemed like when Earl visited once or twice, he's seen a few. Now, this was more so back in the day. Recently, you don't see it. To me, you don't see it as much, but I'm just a casual observer.
Right. So yeah, back in the day when people wanted to look hard or whatever, they would wear Tap Out because that was the premium brand at the time. They were one of the first brands, and they did a really good job of supporting fighters and supporting. So I'm glad that they got that exposure. But what it turned into after a while, they were still doing good stuff, but they can't help who's buying it and wearing it. But you'd have people who don't really know anything about it, about fighting or whatever, wearing it. And there's nothing wrong with wearing it at all. I mean, of course, you support the brand, great. But it's almost like when you put it on, you immediately pick up suitcases.
I know what you're saying. See, Earl, when you said to look hard, you know what Earl does? Earl just doesn't shower and he doesn't shave. So he looks hard and withered.
Smell hard.
Yeah. And he might do a few push-ups right beforehand and get those fake inflatable lats.
Oh yeah, go full Von Damme. Yeah.
So myth for that one as well. You do not need to wear.
No. It might help depending on who you are, but.
All right. Next one, to join, you must need prior training in martial arts.
Absolutely not.
Another myth.
Big myth.
This is where you learn these things. You don't
That's right.
You don't need what you're trying to learn prior to learning.
And I'll just crush another myth. You don't need to be in shape to start something that's going to get you in shape.
A lot of people say that about all gyms.
I know.
It's crazy
It is.
talk.
It's the strangest mind.
It's a phenomenon.
It is. Like, well, wait till I get in shape, then I'm going to come in. Like, all right.
Part of the reason why you come here is to get in shape.
Yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
product of what we're doing here.
Yeah,
Not what we are, but what we
Right. You'll peel the weight off. I mean, I've had countless people come in weighing whatever they weighed, and then it just comes off. It's consistency. It's nothing that we're doing that's special. Just the exercises that we do
is
is.
a natural byproduct. So if you're a gentleman, supposedly, if you're a gentleman, doesn't like running, doesn't like doing cardiovascular, this could be a great alternative for you.
Yep.
If you just want to lose some weight, get fit,
Yep.
learn some self-defense and a few things, it kind of grabs all those by the balls.
It does,
and just pulls down, which could be uncomfortable, but it's comfortable at the same time.
right. It's got a little comfort to it.
Right.
It depends on how they're being held and all that, cradled just right. And
Correct. Let's move on.
what?
Before we get too deep into that,
The cradling.
Puddle. That is correct. The next one, you must start training at a very young age to be successful.
No, that's
Also myth.
silly. Yeah.
I believe you did say that some enter their prime at what time? In like late 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, and actually anymore, like as nutrition and everything people get more wise to those things, they can compete longer because they're taking better care of themselves.
That makes sense. Like any other sport.
Like any other sport, and the real shift that's happened over as a whole from in MMA since its genesis to like now is the original thought was, if I'm going to do MMA, I got to fight. I got to spar every day. I got to fight, and I got to fight hard. And you get knocked out, well, get up and keep fighting. Well, that's gonna lower your career length for sure. So people are learning that we don't have to spar every freaking day. We actually shouldn't be sparring hard every day. We should only do it for about a week, at some point in the lead up to the fight, closer to the fight. But yeah, so that's.
I think most people don't understand that you approach it just like any other sport.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to run a marathon, you ain't running 125% every day, building up to that thing, because you're going to break yourself down.
Yep.
You're going to get hurt.
Yeah. So it's just like any other sport. You can't just come in and go full bore. And I do see people doing that, and I try and dissuade them. They come in, they want to sign up for the unlimited, coming out every day. I'm like,
some people going to learn the hard way.
That's right. But I do try and talk them out of it. You want you to start with 2 days? No, I'm going to do everything. Okay.
They don't care.
Hot water cools fast.
And so does hot sauce, apparently, if you're drinking milk. The next one, Los Calientes Verde. Again, this is another Hot Ones First We Feast product. We're getting into the middle realms, not Middle Earth, but the middle realms of our sauce journey here. Go ahead and
Los Calientes.
Give it a little liquid blanket on there.
Los Calientes. So Lost Heat. Verde? What's Verde?
Green. The green heat.
The green heat?
My Espanol ain't
Whoa.
the greatest, but
I might pay for that one.
I like it. Give me that cap there. Okay.
What's the flavor on this one, or doesn't it say?
I believe scholars maintain it's a Calimex. Surfs over the palate with a punchy, smoky blend of serrano and habanero chilies, sweet fruit, and the tart tomatillo.
It tastes similar to...
I wonder if my buddy Tommy likes the tomatillo.
He might. Tommy Teo. It tastes like taco sauce. A little bit.
I don't like it.
I like it. Not too hot.
Scale of 5.
Flavor?
Yep.
I give it a flavor of 4.
Heat?
3.
Still middle of the road. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next one. Myths, misconceptions, and truths. I like this one. This is my favorite. The more jacked and tan you are means the more success you will have inside here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's true?
No.
Not true.
Not at all.
Straight myth.
Straight myth.
So you're saying size and the tan and color of your skin and how jacked you are does not. It does not.
It might help inside.
Okay.
Yeah, like your insides, like your feelings.
Not your stomach.
No, it's kind of like the tap out type of thing. You put that on, you pick up 2 suitcases
You
immediately.
automatically just, okay. All right.
I've had a number of people come in. I've had a lot of people come in over the years and like want to fight right then and there. And I was like, okay. So what you do with these people, especially the big ones, you don't want to fight them right off the bat. Like, calm down. You went through a lot of exercises and stuff. I remember one time I had 3 people come in, really big dudes. And so what I did is I put them right next to the smallest girl I had in the class. And we started doing conditioning, like sport-specific conditioning, sit-outs, sprawl, some other things. And my point of doing that was so that they would turn to the side and they would see this girl just smoking them in these exercises. And the other thing was, now they're going to be a little bit tired. And then we start doing some technique. And by the end of that, their muscles, you're going to use all that muscle, guaranteed. Guaranteed. That's what they got. That's what they came to the dance with. So that's what they're going to try and do, and then they're going to be really drained by the end, and then we'll roll.
You know what Tommy used to tell me too? He used to tell me that bigger muscles take a little more oxygen. Is what he used to say.
Yes, dude.
There's some truth to
There's a lot of truth to that, yeah.
Right? Need a little more gasoline get that car running, if you will.
2-minute Hercules.
Okay.
So for 2 minutes, they're strong as hell. And then after that,
They peter out.
Yeah, and that's an adrenaline thing as well. So once adrenaline hits, you're strong as hell for 2 minutes.
Then you're toast.
Yeah.
All right, next sauce. This is another one of Earl's favorites. This is TRUFF.
TRUFF?
It's the hotter of the hot sauce. This is, if you like this, you keep this one.
Okay.
It's my favorite. This is like a dessert hot sauce for Earl.
Okay. Dessert hot sauce.
Dessert hot sauce.
Hotter sauce.
My wing is bigger than yours. You see it?
Let's not judge. Let's not judge. Doesn't matter how big you are.
We discussed this prior.
I thought you wanted to get out of the mud puddle.
There you go. Get it on there. Paint that chickie. There you go. There you go. Oh. You're unsure. You're unsure.
I was waiting for the heat. If you got it up that high, where's the heat? So it does come on a little bit later, like a fuzzy type of heat. Nothing real.
Not terrible.
No. The flavor, it's okay. I prefer these were better than that one.
The others, okay.
Yeah, as far as flavor.
All right.
But that one had, of course, a little more heat and a delayed, like a liver shot reaction.
You hurt my feelings a little bit. I thought you would like it.
No, I do like it. It just doesn't. I mean,
Now, that was a pity. That was a pity. You're just trying to make me feel. You're trying to make Earl feel better.
Whatever.
This is in your house.
If that's how Earl wants to take it, Earl can take it that way. It's perfectly fine with me.
It has been brought to my knowledge from a credible source. Okay, credible meaning that it's credible. That Ron Popeil has a surprisingly large influence on the martial arts jiu-jitsu community. Your thoughts?
Well, Ron Popeil's he was a genius. He made the rotisserie chicken maker.
Obviously knows.
Spray on hair. Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
Has so many uses across the board, just that one key phrase.
And if you don't know who Ron Popeil is,
Book report.
you better Google it right now. Look it up. Learn about it. Scholars also maintain that the original 3 Star Wars have had a surprisingly large impact on jiu-jitsu practitioners with the execution of a leg triangle. Your thoughts?
It could, yeah. I mean, with the triangle, there's four corners, almost like your head's in a box. And you got to cut off all 4 sides. So certain things that have 4 sides are like garbage compactors, trash compactors. So
was that number 2?
that was number 1, I believe. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I saw them. I don't watch these newfangled nonsense. Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure. I have to look that up.
I'll have to Google that as
Yeah, it'd be a Google moment.
But I know exactly what you mean. Yep.
So one of those things that you just say stupid shit to get them to remember it. Like close the compactor, head down, hips up, squeeze your knees.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
But if I start, I avoid saying anything about Star Wars because these younger folk, the youngins. Oh, is that Phantom of the Menace or whatever the hell the newest ones are?
So these young lions don't understand. They don't understand the original 3.
No, I've once thrown a person out for not knowing the color of the A-Team van. A-Team. And your viewers may not know what A-Team is, but...
I would like to hope so. But if you don't, again, research, look it up, Google it, check it, learn it, live it, remember it.
Yes.
Life lessons can be had from this. Last one before we go into the last leg of the interview, which is our rapid fire section.
Okay.
Will Earl, if Earl comes and trains here at Bloom MMA, will he look better naked post training?
Post 1-day training, probably not.
If he commits to this relationship of Bloom MMA,
I would believe that after a period of time, your body would change, as it does for everybody in any sport that has an aerobic or anaerobic or muscular type of exercise to it. You're going to change. Your body's going to change for the better because you're getting in better shape just by doing it. So you might peel off a few inches of roly-poly. You may not look like somebody who's pressing weights all the time and big bulging muscles, but you'll be very functionally strong. And grappling is a hell of a workout to where people come in that they're in shape, they run marathons and do all that stuff, but they grapple, they're tired. It's a different type of energy that's put out.
Right.
So yes.
But in short, you would say, if I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I will look better to myself naked.
Sure. Once you change your perspective, you always look great. But yes.
Earl's main goal is, when he does this one time a year, he likes to skinny dip at the beginning of the year, January 1st.
Sure, yeah.
Frolicking in the water, but I like to do it in the nude.
Sure, yeah.
I will enhance myself for that journey.
Yeah, if you started today, you'd be an enhanced version of Earl.
Sold.
Hopping in the river.
Before we move on to our final leg here, which is the rapid fire, we're going to dabble into the last hot sauce, which conveniently is called the last dab. Again, this is another Hot Ones sauce. Quote unquote, it's a tough one. So this is our hot of the hottest one that we got. Go ahead and select your wing. I'm not going to give you a little baby one like I did last time. I apologize.
Oh, nub.
While you are dressing yours up, I'm going to explain how this works. So rapid fire, I'm going to give you 2 different options. And as quickly as you can, you're going to give me an answer.
Okay.
And we're going to try to go right down through the list
So straight answers,
in a
nothing.
quick answer, nope,
Yep.
no longer winded, just one
What are you
word
trying to say,
answer.
Earl? What are you trying to say, Earl?
I may ask for an explanation, but for most of them, I just want a one-word answer.
All right.
All right, now you wait for Earl on this one. We're going cheers. Come on. We're gonna enjoy this ride together. We're gonna.
You are going for a ride, ain't you?
Cheers.
Bink.
Are you ready?
Yep. All right.
Muay Thai or karate?
Muay Thai.
Jiu-jitsu or wrestling?
Boy, jiu-jitsu.
Aikido or Tai Chi push hands?
Aikido.
Master Ken or Steven Segal?
Master Ken.
I'm a big fan of Master Ken. Big fan. Bruce Lee or Jet Li?
Bruce Lee.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Ooh. Street Fighter.
Now, with that being said, if you're playing the Street Fighter, who do you select? Who is your go-to?
Ken.
Why?
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 Nothing fancy, but he gets the job done.
Okay. Okay.
Doesn't reach out, doesn't be doing shit fancy. Just punch him in
Doesn't
the
do the stretchy shit like that one.
Dolphin,
guy does,
no.
Yeah.
Nope, doesn't need it.
What about Guile? You don't like Guile?
Eh.
The wife beater turns you off.
Yeah, it's the hair. Okay. Really, it's that.
It's the hair.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. Next, a judo chop or this move,
Probably that move.
and why?
It's a fucking claw. That's why it's a fucking claw.
The last three. Now, do you see this? What's happening right here? I think I can see a little bit of yours there. No?
I don't know.
Maybe
I
it's
don't.
going to go right into my mustache.
Well, that's what it's for. To catch.
NTCM, which is the No Touch Chi Masters, or Dusty, which is the Detroit Urban Survival Training.
Oh boy, both equally something. Oof. I'd have to go with the fucking the Dustin thing there.
Dusty?
Because at least they're touching each other, and you know they have an eye. At least they know what it feels like to touch somebody.
How many people do you think have died by using his methods?
Well, the practitioners, probably a lot.
So the success rate is very.
It's not very good advice to be taken, I don't think.
All right, last two. During a walkout for a fight, focus silence or singing and dancing?
Focus silence.
Why?
Because you want to be focused going into the fight.
Naturally.
And yeah, I mean, some people will sing and dance. It helps them loosen up. But I've seen, I mean, of all the fights that I've watched, not necessarily in person, but across all combat sports, the more often they come out singing and dancing, the more often they lose. And it's not because they're singing and dancing, because they're not focused. That one's a little bitey. Sticks around a bit.
Okay, for the last question, we're going to do one more of this guy
All right.
to jazz it up.
That's a stinger.
You want to rate that first? I was going to say, while you're applying your second coat, go ahead and rate that.
Within this realm,
Taste.
taste, it's okay. I'd say a 3.
Okay.
Heat, in this realm, it's the top of these for sure. It's got unusual staying power.
Sticks with you a bit. It's like herpes.
If you say so, yes.
All right, go ahead and apply before we come down to the last one. Earl's got all sorts of snot all over his mustache.
Yeah, I'm just tearing up. I don't think I'm snotting too much, but fucker's stingy. This is rated R, PG-13-ish.
It's all good. This is Earl's favorite sauce, but I will agree that it is hot to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you could eat this to deaden.
Oh, great. It's like a rock. Oh.
The rice is too small. I can't even read it.
Oh, not with your eyes tearing up like this.
All right, you ready? Last question.
Yeah, it's so emotional.
Now, this is the most important question, too. This comes down to active wear. Okay, you're going to rate one versus the other. Now, again, I want you to do rapid fire, but if you need to think for a few seconds, you can do that on this. Watch your mic.
Yep, I got it.
Chuck Norris action pants, meaning the cutoff jorts, high crotch, or Aaron Kennedy action khakis, tight, form-fitting, khaki material, unwashed from week to week. Which way you go?
Well, I first have to throw in a slight correction there. I don't like to do it, but the Chuck Norris action pants were full jeans.
Those were action jeans.
Oh.
What I find weird is he calls action pants the cutoff jorts. And I might be wrong. My research might be
Okay, we'll go with that because if you
so
look
the
it up,
action jeans
yeah,
were the action jeans,
Okay.
but then the
action pants were shorts.
were cutoff jorts.
Oh shit.
I thought the same. Until
Well,
looked
I
it
mean,
up.
anything compared to the festering marination of week to week shorts is going to be better. So I'll go with the action pants.
The action pants.
On smell alone.
Cutoff jorts.
Yeah, on smell alone.
You let things breathe. It's safer.
Right, but the week to week khaki continuation,
A little aggressive.
it's kind of like the wraps, the hand wraps. Sometimes people don't take care of them properly, and you smell the punch before you see it.
Gets a little funky.
It gives funk some funk.
Well, in conclusion, Joel, it was a pleasure sitting down and breaking bread with you over this enjoyable
Yeah, it was fun.
array of sauces. If there are people that are interested in following you or reaching out to you, possibly interested in training here, how would they contact you?
BloomMMA.com, Instagram at BloomMMA, Facebook at BloomMMA, or BloomMMA at hotmail.com, or BloomMMA at gmail.com. We'll all get you there.
And I will try to link those or put them up on
Okay,
the screen
cool.
for those to follow. So we appreciate you sitting down with us, enjoying the liquid fragrance, liquid
glory.
glory fragrance. Shit's got me all
That's
messed
what it
up. My
happens.
nose is messed
That's
up.
when you know it's good, when it takes you talking gibberish.
Factory is messed up.
It's olfactoried out.
Anything else you'd like to answer?
No, it's been such a just damn good job. You got me all misty. God damn. That's why I sell in small bottles.